Just look at the footage from last night. Security practically had to smuggle her into Court 6 under heavy guard. It was absolute pandemonium. Thousands of Filipinos swarmed the area just to catch a glimpse of the star. Hundreds were locked out, and honestly, the crowd got a little too rowdy at points. Breaking news, Alex Eala, the Filipino tennis phenomenon, has just been personally invited back, down under by the Australian Prime Minister for a one-of-a-kind exhibition match in Melbourne. And let me tell you folks, this is not just another tennis match. This is a declaration. It is a massive statement about respect, influence, and the sheer force of people power. Let's rewind to where it all started. When Alex touched down for the Australian Open, the reaction was nothing short of supernatural. Legions of Filipino fans descended on the grounds, absolutely desperate to see their hero in the flesh. The scenes were unreal. Flags waving, chants roaring, creating an electric atmosphere that Melbourne has rarely witnessed. But there was a major problem. The venue simply couldn't handle the heat. The stands were bursting at the seams, leaving thousands of devoted fans stranded outside the gates, unable to watch their favorite player compete. Now bring it back to the present moment. The Australian leadership saw that chaos, recognized the insane demand, and decided to pull some strings. The leader personally requested Eala's return for a showcase match before her next tour stop. The WTA didn't plan this. The organizers didn't script this. This was a direct intervention from the highest office in the land to give the people exactly what they were screaming for, a chance to see Alex Eala live. We thought the attendance record from 2020 was impressive, when 58,000 people showed up on the first Tuesday. Well, consider that record shattered. Today we hit 61,000, just another manic start to the Australian Open. And wouldn't you know it, history just repeated itself. Mobs of Eala supporters flooded the streets of Melbourne again, eager to spot their idol. The tension was thick, the excitement was palpable. But despite trying to squeeze everyone in the arena, was maxed out instantly, and thousands more were left stuck on the sidewalk. The hunger to see this girl play is unmatched. Security was so tight she needed a government escort just to get to the stadium safely. Australian authorities weren't rolling the dice with crowds of that magnitude. And the moment she stepped onto that court, she owned it. The place erupted. The vibe was off the charts. Alex didn't just show up, she delivered exactly what everyone paid to see. Top-tier tennis and that million-dollar smile that's winning hearts across the globe. But hold on, this is where the drama kicks in. Aryna Sabalenka, the current world #1, is reportedly fuming over how this all played out. You have the leader of Australia rolling out the red carpet for Alex Eala, giving her presidential-level honors and security, while Sabalenka, despite being the top-ranked player on earth, isn't getting that royal treatment. Now let's be fair, Aryna Sabalenka is a beast on the court. She clawed her way to the #1 spot through grit, sweat, and absolute dominance. She deserves every ounce of respect she gets. But the Alex Eala phenomenon, that is a whole different animal. It is not just about rankings, it is about connection. It is about the fierce loyalty of fans who see her as the embodiment of their hopes and dreams. Alex might not be top 10 yet. She is sitting at number 40 right now, which by the way is a solid 9-spot jump from her Australian Open rank. But rankings don't tell the whole story. Her superpower is that incredible bond with the crowd, particularly the Filipino community. They are massive, they are loud, and they ride or die for their national hero. She has got that global star power written all over her. And she has the skills to back it up, taking down heavy hitters like Madison Keys and Iga Swiatek. She is the real deal, already top 50 in the world. Through all the chaos, Alex is handling the spotlight with total class and humility. She has expressed nothing but gratitude for the overwhelming love she is getting. She knows this is bigger than just her career. She is carrying the flag for millions of Filipinos worldwide who look at her and see something special, something worth celebrating. Now let's get to the catalyst. What actually sparked this government intervention? Novak Djokovic, one of the greatest to ever do it publicly, slammed the WTA for mishandling Alex Eala during the Open. Djokovic said it was a massive blunder to shove her onto the smaller courts when she is pulling in crowds that rival the finals. He put it simply, Alex Eala is the greatest talent the Philippines has ever produced, and she commands respect. But according to Novak, the WTA just isn't giving her the respect she has earned. Let's be real, she is getting a raw deal, plain and simple. Novak Djokovic didn't hold back, suggesting that this mismanagement might be the very reason she crashed out of the Australian Open in the first round. Sure, you could say upsets are just part of the game. You might argue it was just bad luck, but sticking a star on a backcourt with a terrible schedule, that is a choice. But we are talking about Alex Eala here. The buzz is real, and the outrage is completely justified. She represents the hopes of an entire nation, the Philippines, which is witnessing history with its greatest tennis talent ever. Consider the gravity of what Djokovic is saying. The environment isn't just a backdrop, it defines the battle. The court dimensions, the roar of the crowd, the electricity in the air, the lighting, the surface, speed, it all counts. Every single factor dictates performance, especially when the pressure is suffocating at a Grand Slam. When you shove a superstar who pulls thousands of fans onto a tiny court where her supporters are locked out, you are setting her up to fail. Djokovic's words hit home like a hammer. They sparked a wildfire of conversation. Everyone started asking why the WTA would sideline their biggest draw, and clearly it caught the attention of the Australian president. Seeing the heartbreak among Eala's army of fans, thousands who flew across the world, just to see their hero, the president decided to step in personally. He flew Alex back to Australia, organized a massive exhibition match, and gave her the center stage she rightfully earned. But here is the part that will blow your mind. Even with a custom event and full presidential backing, the stadium was still bursting at the seams. Thousands were left stranded outside. That is how explosive Alex Eala's stardom has become. We are witnessing a cult following that is rare in this sport, something that goes far beyond rankings or scoreboards. This is the kind of magic that transforms athletes into global legends. It makes her more than just a player. Alex Eala has become a beacon, a symbol of Filipino excellence and pride on the world stage. And that is an impact you simply cannot measure with a WTA ranking. Since Melbourne, she has been on a tear, grinding her way from outside the top 50 to number 41. She is proving that she is not just a fan favorite, she is developing into a lethal contender on the tour. But this entire saga exposes a massive disconnect between corporate management and what the people actually want. The tour relies on rigid systems and seeding math, which works for the bracket. But when you have a phenomenon like Alex Eala on your hands, someone who packs stadiums and electrifies the entire sport, you need to bend the rules to accommodate that energy. The Australian president clearly gets it. He saw a chance to thrill the masses, honor a rising prodigy, and respect the incredible bond she shares with her audience. Aryna Sabalenka might feel sidelined, which is valid, but she is missing the bigger picture. This isn't a slight against her. It is a recognition that tennis at its core belongs to the fans. And when the crowd speaks this loudly, you listen. Alex Eala is just getting started. Sitting at number 40 in the world and climbing with legends like Djokovic in her corner, her future is blindingly bright. Bringing her back to Melbourne wasn't just a nice gesture. It was a validation that we are witnessing something special. Alex Eala deserves the spotlight, not just for her rank, but for the movement she leads and the icon she is becoming. We are entering a new era where charisma and cultural weight matter just as much as match points. And with every swing of her racket, Alex Eala is writing that history.